Not very happy noises coming from the Triban at the moment. Essentially there are three possible reasons for the kind of noise in this area of the bike. So you might immediately think it's the bottom bracket and some kind of internal problem there. I think in my case I'm sort of 95% sure that is the issue, but there are a couple of things that you can also check. So one is often overlooked, but it's just your pedals. What I am going to do is just a quick service on the pedals. I'm going to take them off, I'm going to re-grease the threads, and I'm going to re-grease the little springs inside. So that's the first thing I'm going to do and kind of check. The second thing, which can lead to kind of weird noises, I don't know if you'll see this, but it's the chainring, what would you call them, nuts. If these get slightly loose, or you get a bit of kind of gunk between them, that can sometimes give you that sort of quite worrying sound from this area of the bike. So second thing I'm going to do is just make sure that all the chainring nuts, I don't know if nuts is the right word for it, but just make sure those are all done up properly and tightly. And then just coming back, the final thing I'm going to do in this case, and I do suspect in my case this is the root of the problem, is actually take the threaded bottom bracket out. I'm just going to have a look, give it a clean, re-grease, and then put it back together. And with a bit of luck, by doing sort of all of those things, just a general bit of TLC around this area of the bike, that's going to sort out the kind of clicking, creaking noise. Just going around the chain nuts, making sure they're all nice and tight. I'm using the crank arm as sort of leverage on them. So far so good. That one's a bit loose. So let's make sure that's nice and tight. Yep, perfect. And the last one. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, you can see we've got the crank arms out now, and that frees up the bottom bracket itself. And I don't know if you can see in there, but after 3.5 years and maybe 20,000 miles, it's definitely in need of a bit of TLC. So yeah, let's use the bottom bracket tool itself now, and we'll get this off and yeah, give it a bit of a clean and re-grease and see how we get on. Okay, we've got the bottom bracket out, and I haven't taken a modern threaded bottom bracket off before, so it's interesting to just see what kind of state it's in. And yeah, there's definitely a bit to kind of clean up in there, so let's get cracking on that, and then we'll start putting it all back together. Okay, so given the crank arm a really good clean and the bottom bracket's looking a lot better, you will need quite a lot of rags for this if your bike's as old as mine was. I've even just cleaned up the, what would you say, the crank arm, clean inside there, so it's looking pretty good, and it's looking a lot better inside there. So re-grease everything, we'll put it all back together and see how we get on from there. Okay, pretty much all done now. Time for a cup of tea, and I'm not going to do the test ride tonight because it's getting a bit late, so I'll try that in the morning, and fingers crossed, hopefully we've sorted out the noise issue. Interestingly for me, I think the three things that I've serviced have all had sort of issues that could be the cause of the noise. So the right hand pedal was clicking a little bit, it seemed to be the bearings were running a little bit rough. There's not a lot I can do about that, but I've kind of packed it with grease and just generally serviced the pedal and re-greased the thread, so we'll see if that's made a difference. The chain nut, one of the chain nuts was a little bit loose, so I've just tightened that, and that's, you know, much better now. Again, whether that was a cause of the issue, I don't know, but if it was, I think that should be sorted. And then the bottom bracket's all nice, cleaned up, re-greased and kind of re-put together. So I'm just happy that I've just done a little bit of a service of this part of the bike, but the real proof is in the pudding, I suppose, and we'll find out, or I'll find out tomorrow, whether the noise is gone, and you dear viewer will find out in a few seconds by the magic of YouTube. So yeah, let's take a look, and fingers crossed we've sorted out the Triban RC520 noisy bottom bracket issue. Well folks, just having a little breather on my evening ride. I've had to wait all day to see if the bike is fixed, and yeah, it's absolutely running like a dream, so I couldn't be more pleased really with the way it's running at the moment. It's actually freaking me out how quiet it is. So yeah, noisy bottom bracket fix for sure, and thank you so much for watching this little video. I hope it's at least provided a little bit of information about that sort of area of the bike and where noises might be coming from, and you know, if you're not doing work yourself, at the very least perhaps a few things to mention when you take a bike in to get it looked at. So yeah, do like and subscribe if you'd be so kind, and thanks so much again for watching this little clip, and yeah, happy cycling. Bye.